Hola, well gone. It's nothing but about Tim, man. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm at one of my sites, doing a site inspection. I just want you guys to come through, take this journey with me as we explore some of the progress. So basically what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take you from, there are 3 floors. There's a start from the floor which has got the least amount of progress, so that you can see sort of the beginning of how the installation looks like, to the point where things are concealed up in the ceiling and ready to be functional and working. So today we have a typical installation. It is a chilled water piping installation whereby we use process cooling water to provide air-conditioned air into the building. As you can see, they're busy with some floor screeding here, so we're not going to go there and tamper with that because the floor is still wet. They've made use of self-leveling screeds just to get the floor to a nice even level, and after that they will wrap it up with floor coverings by using vinyl material. That's what you see over there, and that's the self-leveling screed cement mixture which is there. But onto our installation. So what you see here is that we have got wrapped up ducting, insulated ducting. So insulated ducting is used where we have ceilings, right? So the reason for that is that when you've got condensed air or cool air running through the ducts, it creates the condensate water around the ducts, and that causes it to drip. So if you have got the insulation, all that insulation will absorb. So we have a 2-pipe system, right? The 2-pipe system basically indicates a supply and return. The supply water rather would go into the system, which is within the air handling unit, and then in so doing the air handling unit will either cool or heat the water to a desired temperature, and then thereafter process all of that water into usable air, which will then in turn flow through these ducts. These ducts now, as we can take a walk, will be then spread out throughout the building, right? Throughout the building, and will then be branched off through branched circular ducting. Depends what type of installation that you have, but I'll show you now. From these branched circular ducting, we will then have diffusers. Diffusers will be spread across strategically around the building, and particularly in this case, we have got an office where you can see the partition has demarcated the space of the office, and then would have a diffuser sitting at ceiling level and diffusing all the air that you need into that particular office. So every air-conditioned space must be supplied with fresh air supply. The reason for that is you can't have air-conditioned air blown into a space because at some point it can become very toxic. So you need to regulate it and balance all that air-conditioned air with normal fresh air that comes from the outside of the building. So we'll have an uninsulated duct that you see over there, and then each of this is branched off from there to this point, and we have balancing dampers. The purpose of a balancing damper is to regulate the amount of air that flows from the main supply box, which we see here, into this building, and it can provide a regulated amount of air per second into this space, office space, as you see. So yes, I'll take you now downstairs to the second floor where you'll be able to see a more advanced installation. And as we continue, before we go there, this is the insulation that we use to cover both our plenum boxes, as we see there, and our ducting, as you see. But installation is coming through. I think on this floor we are about 80% on the ducting and roughly 60% on all piping, but we still need to continue. So on this floor, it's actually quite advanced. It's more advanced than you saw on the third floor. So what I'm trying to show you is basically we have our diffusers. So once you have the main branch over there, it then branches off into a certain required space by means of a flexible duct, which is this flexi duct into the diffuser. And this diffuser is what you actually see in the naked eye, and it's concealed by the ceiling. But over and above that, in order to get to this point, you need to feed it through a flexible duct. So yeah, this is what's happening here, and it seems like it's all coming together. The floor space is also quite advanced. Here you can see after the self-leveling screed has been placed, it just makes it easier for you to put your floor covering, the vinyl floor covering, and that's that. So you can see that those black pipes have been insulated, and now the system is now properly sealed, so even the condensate from that will not drip onto the floor. We have got return air grills that are here because the air that is pumped will also need to be suctioned back into the ceiling and out of the building. So that's why we have return air ducts or diffusers rather in there. The purpose of these blue pipes is that with every air-conditioned machine, there will be the condensate water that needs to drip out of the building. So we take it out by means of these drain pipes. They branch off. We start off with smaller 20 mil pipes, and then it branches off into a 32, and make sure that there's a 4, that the pipes are not straight, but they're laid at a 4, where it declines up to a certain drainage point, to another place where it's going to continue till that exit, and we'll possibly find a drainage point where all that condensate water will drip. But here is a plant room. They're still preparing this plant room where our air handling unit is going to be. As you can see, the supply and return air piping is there for the plant room, and then we'll have this is our return air grill. With every supply there's a return, with every pipework supply there's a return, just to create that balance. So there we have that. And here we also have another storage compartment in the building. This section is closed, but as we continue, you can see how our installation is taking shape. Still, we have more flexible ducts that are strategically placed within the building, and we can continue, and I'll show you how that has advanced better than this, where there's more concealed roof spaces and a more complete installation. And what would you find? Concealed ceilings. It is looking the part. Like I'm saying, this is the first floor, and this is what you really see towards the end. When you walk in the building, diffusers, return air grills, that's pretty much all you see with the controller. So at this point, this is your touch panel. This is for us, where we would put through, you see, HVAC. For HVAC, we're going to put our controllers in there to monitor the temperature levels within the building. You can just quickly go there and toggle the touchpad, and it will give you either the hot air or cool air that you desire. As we take a small further walk about, everything that I've showed you in the top is basically what you'll see throughout the floors. However, this side is the more advanced section of the building, and the concept Sorry, I just knocked some water. Let me lift that up before I create a bigger mess. Yeah, but the concept is really pretty much the same throughout the building, and hopefully in no time we would have completed this installation, but everything else is taking shape, and yeah, this is a more complete, neater installation. Everything else above ceiling can be messy, but the final touches has to be what appeals to the client and makes sense. So guys, I really hope this has given you a much greater insight. Don't worry about the hat. The hat is just a color. The concept of the hat will actually protect you from objects that fall from the top. But worry not, it is not a problem. We are just glad that we are seeing progress either way, and that hopefully very soon I can actually show you how this system fully functions from the beginning till the end. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, and definitely subscribe. Until we catch you on the next one. Peace out.